show this past Monday?
Yeah.
I forget what it was. I should remember what it was all about because I watched the whole thing because it was really interesting, like from beginning to end. But there was whoever was calling, I forget what it was all about. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Was it Monday?
It was this past Monday.
Because I know I was here. Was it Tuesday night or something? I know I saw your show up.
Wait a minute.
Okay, the Monday.
Was it Monday?
Was it Monday show or Tuesday? It was a Tuesday.
Did
If
I
it was a call-in show, it was
didn't you
here.
have it- you-
It was Tuesday,
you
but I
were
also
during
have a
the day
show
too,
on
right?
Charter Channel 10 that airs on Monday night at 9 o'clock.
We
Wow.
don't watch
And that's
Channel
a
10.
pre-recorded show.
You don't watch channel.
We don't watch Channel 10.
Well, you should now. Now you know that there's familiar
I don't watch
people.
television. I'm just on it.
But on Channel 10 at 9 o'clock is a 30-minute pre-recorded show.
Uh-huh.
Then this one here is a live call-in.
Right. Wait a minute, you're also repeated sometimes during the day, right? I'm trying to
Yes.
figure out how I could have seen you Monday because I
Alright.
work Monday night. So it
Alright.
must have been like a 12:30, 1 o'clock,
Yeah,
2
they
o'clock kind
repeat
of
it
thing?
sometime at daytime.
That's what it was.
And then they do it sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm lost.
It can be any time because
Yeah, I thought it was a
since
live
it's a
one.
2-hour show, they film it in.
Yeah, we don't even know when we're repeated. Most of us don't even know when our own shows come back on.
I bring
Yeah.
a schedule with me all the time, but you know,
Sometimes.
I'm just getting so confused. I have it in the car.
The next show we do in the big studio, we ought to go ahead and type in the computer filmed on and put
The date.
the date on
Yeah,
it.
so you don't get called
Yeah,
in.
we really ought to do that, yeah. But see, I get calls all the time. Do you notice
Yeah,
it's just
you get the groove
Yeah.
of sound.
constantly ringing?
His phone was ringing off.
Are
the
they
hook the other
thinking
night.
you're doing a
Hello?
call-in?
Yeah, I got a second.
Time's up.
What is that?
What kind of symbol is that?
It's a Superman symbol.
That's
Krypton.
no, that's
It's
the
a symbol
rook.
from Krypton.
It's a rook. It's upside down.
There's a symbol from
Academic
Krypton.
chess. Okay.
It's a rook.
The symbol from Krypton.
Yeah, those are all those square ones are
Kryptonian
chessmen.
cookies. Watch
Square
out.
ones are
You'll
chessmen.
turn into some kind
Well,
of
I
weird.
think more of,
You ever watch Smallville?
yeah. Actually, it looks more like.
I watched the DVDs.
What's his name?
What do you think it looks more like?
On SpongeBob.
It's like Barney
Plankton.
the dinosaur.
Plankton.
Plankton.
One-eyed
I'm not sure what you're seeing there.
No.
That's his eye. That's his eyebrow. This is his mouth and his chin thing.
His chin thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Plankton
That's the new
is a
technical term.
character
That's
on
right, that's
SpongeBob.
right. Take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
Chin thing.
Here's some jasmine tea.
Jasmine.
Is that one of the ones with the big?
Oh, it's
Do you still have any of those? Those flower.
I would make it
Flowery.
very simple. No, I'd make it very simple. Make it very simple. Make it very simple. Let me step out just a minute here. Where am I at? I'm on TV on Charter Channel 20, URTV.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here at the tea party. No, you weren't on the air. I didn't play it out loud.
We think you are.
But my party. I do what? No, yeah, that's your liberal friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your boy there, isn't it?
It's the guy with the liberal glasses.
Yeah, I knew who it was. I knew he was talking to tell him hey.
He's there to tell you, hey.
Think about him often.
Well, we've already talked about it. Yeah. Okay, absolutely. Hey, you need to turn your TV over if you can look at it. You need to see where your friend's sitting. He's sitting under some big ceiling in some big church. Now he's going to change
No,
it.
that was the
North American.
That was the school at Athens. That
It's
was
the
a
school
portrait
at
of the
Athens,
school
okay.
of Athens with.
But let me step out and I'll address that with you, and I'll be right back and finish my tea and another cookie. Cookies are good.
And tell him I send love and kisses.
Hey, he said love you too, to you, okay?
That's I can't even say his name. Nesmith, the guy that started, the guy with the main Carolina Stomper. You know. You know.
Mike Nesmith.
Yeah, something like that. He and I differ
So-
extremely in our
Go
political.
back to Charlie
viewpoint.
Manson. He's gonna be one of the monkeys. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, we're the Mansons.
Killing everybody around.
we're too busy killing. Yeah.
Even though they sit them down. Hey,
Hey, we're the monkeys.
the Manson mobile.
People say we monkey
Spikes
around.
all over it.
Hey, we're the Mansons. People say we monkey around.
So anything else?
Isn't there something in there? Da 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 da. We're coming to your town. Isn't that one? We're coming to your town. Yeah.
No.
See it.
Bring
Coming
out the
to your
state
mansion.
police.
We're coming to your mansion.
Yeah, the monkeys would have
mess
been a
up your
little bit more
refrigerator.
radical group. The monkeys were really a lot more influential and everything for their time than most people really realize. For instance, my first glimpse of Jimi Hendrix was at a Monkees
That's right.
show.
Really?
And yeah, he was the opening act. He was
Yeah.
he was the opening act for the Monkey at the
Monkeys with Jimi Hendrix head.
yeah. Well, at the time, nobody knew who Hendrix was, and the Monkees had a whole lot more clout, and so they were really responsible for introducing Jimi Hendrix to most of the Americans at that time, I believe.
Little
not
teeny
only that,
boppers in the audience. Going,
Didn't something else? Not many people.
freaking them out.
The Monkees were the
Totally.
ones that backed.
Oh,
They paid for Easy Rider.
No way.
At one point,
Financed
they almost had enough money to buy Screen Gems.
Really? The Monkees?
That's pretty big.
yeah,
They had that movie. Head.
that would have been
Head-
awesome.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
the movie. It's crazy. You know.
Which you mean Easy
Head.
Rider?
No, Head.
Head.
Oh, I don't know that
Monkeys
one.
movie.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
You've
I'll
never
let you-
seen the Monkeys movie
I don't
Head?
think so.
Are you
Oh
sure?
man,
I'll have
Victor
to get that to
Mature
you.
is in it.
He said to tell you kumbaya.
Yeah, right. That's all right. We're going to start meeting. They're meeting. I understand they meet under the tree. What, at 5 o'clock every day? Is that when they meet under the tree? 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock? Do they? What time is the tree meeting every day?
Oh, that reminds me.
I've got some shrubbery in the way. I can't get
Okay.
the exact meeting time to come through.
Well, anyway, I was told that they meet every day under that tree. I've been invited to come meet under the tree. And
reminds me, I saw
I
a
figured
really cool
Nesmith would
movie
want to
this
come
past
meet with us under there
Mongol.
too. Being
I've heard
Playing
I'm
the
sure he's
Fine
a
Arts
tree.
Theater.
He loves nature, doesn't he?
Mongol about Genghis Khan.
He loves trees.
It's awesome.
I love
movies.
trees too.
Awesome movie. It's made by Russians, but it's
Right.
pretty good.
We're trying to figure out some place.
Oh, right.
We're trying to figure out someplace we can hide a bunch of tractors. We just said, but first I got to get all these poker machines out of the garage.
Yeah, get those things out.
Anyway,
Oh,
go ahead.
you saw what happened on poker machines, didn't you?
No, what has happened? Give us the lowdown, and then I got another important message to talk to you about. Go ahead.
Take them.
I got another phone call here.
You don't
yes.
get to talk.
I'm sitting on channel 20 right now.
It's the Don Young.
Hello?
That's right.
I'm up here with John at the tea party.
Man, done.
I was starved, honey. I was starved to death. I came by to get a cookie.
It's Mad Don's Tea Power
Oh.
Party. Mad Don's Tea Party.
Mad Dogs. All right, well, go ahead. You were going to tell us about the voting machines. I mean, the gambling machines.
Poker machines.
Poker machine.
Ray Rapp of Madison County just introduced legislation in Raleigh to outlaw those computer machines. Remember, we talked about the video poker machines have been outlawed, right? And they were
Okay.
all gone. That's why they had all these raids here in North Carolina.
All right.
Well, they just passed, Ray Rapp introduced a law because now they came back with computers. You go to the cash register, you buy a card, and that card lets you play in that computer.
All right.
And that computer is basically a.
Oh, is that what?
Same
Is
thing.
that? I've seen. Is that what those
that's
are?
What those are. It's
I
the
thought
same,
they were for people going on the internet.
No,
I swear.
It's the same thing. And you know,
I thought it
you
was
buy that
internet.
card. That card's worth so much money, and you play chances. It's a game of chance, and you might win, you might not. If you win, you go over and cash
Do
out.
those computers not go on the internet? I thought they
Yeah,
were.
they're tied to the internet.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's a national game.
Yeah,
So
but
if-
can
if
you?
I go to
But
the
can you?
gas
Can you?
station,
Can you
I-
check
my
your
laptop,
email?
can I get on the-
I thought they
yeah.
were for truckers on the road checking their
No,
email.
no, no.
See what I thought? That is so stupid. I have seen those.
Well, we don't
You
have
know,
the
they're right
same
at the gas
mindset.
station up the street from
I
us.
haven't
We
seen
don't
one
have the
yet.
same mindset as that. those people, you know.
All right. Well, anyway, so
Well, they're hooked on gambling.
Yeah.
We talk about being hooked on
Gamblers
any
Anonymous.
kind of drugs or
Yeah.
alcohol. They're hooked on gambling. I mean,
All right.
And so he introduced a law to outlaw those machines that they've now brought back in. See, what they did is they got rid of video poker. Then they brought in the computerized machines.
I got
They
you.
should just
Well,
go
they
to
were
Cherokee or go to
computerized
South
machines to
Carolina.
start with.
Now, why do
Why
you
they
think
just-
they would outlaw the video poker machines, and why would they outlaw the computer machines?
Okay.
Oh,
You tell
I
me
gotcha.
why.
That forces them to play the state lottery or go to Cherokee.
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Oh.
The legal
Oh, I
way.
thought that was so that they wouldn't have to
Well-
regulate the
And see, they
machines
shut
and
them
they
down
could
in
give them
South
horrible
Carolina.
odds.
Remember, they shut all those. They shut them down in South Carolina.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
Highway 11 they used to have in South Carolina just like regular casinos. You know, those are all gone. You know,
go to Georgia.
Cherokee outlawed. You know, the rumor is that Cherokee went to South Carolina and had those outlawed down there too.
But the deal is, can you check your email on those machines?
No, they're
Oh, well, they're
strictly
useless.
for games.
Okay.
It's the Don Yelton
Strictly
Show.
for games. I can't believe this.
I'm gonna take your call.
Well, you know something?
What?
It's the Don Yelton call
Do
center.
you really believe, John? They're calling me now on the air because I'm on your show and not even talking. They're hanging up.
All
the
right, that's
Don
good.
Yelton
Just
show.
don't answer that then.
That
Right.
is so funny. That,
Well, I think
can you believe that?
I think I've uncovered a theft ring here in Asheville, and here's how I did it. To begin with, the first thing I noticed was that the Obama sign was missing from my front yard.
Uh-oh.
Right. See, and that was the
That's
first
an
thing I noticed.
abomination right there.
Oh, if you know, did you know that if Obama wins,
I'll be
if
back.
America votes
Folks,
for
I'll be back just
Obama,
a minute.
that America will be an abomination?
I've got something
Abomination.
for you.
Well, if he wins,
I know,
and
but you're
sucks,
running away when I wanted
then he'll
to.
be an
You're running away when I wanted
I know your
to.
story about the
Because
Obama
it
sign.
caused
That's a
desolation.
theft ring that's stealing political signs. What I have uncovered is not a theft ring.
Okay.
I've done some investigative work.
Well, I found one Obama sign in Asheville, and it's in a fenced-in yard, and it's behind the fence in the fenced-in yard, and it's the only Obama sign I've noticed in Asheville. So that leads me to
That was
believe
Clinton.
that
was Clinton
a great number of people who had Obama signs out, all the Obama signs are missing. When the only one left in town is in a fenced-in yard.
Well, I've got something to show you. It's not.
Okay.
See, somebody that would steal my sign knows how to recycle.
Right.
I will
That's
show
right.
you that.
You're a recycling man, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I thought so. He's big on recycling. This guy, he probably threw like a garage sale or a yard sale or something and paid it
Yeah.
over one of his own
5
signs.
cents per sign that they steal or something like that.
I don't know, but the deal
Dollar
is,
sign.
no. I went seriously. Have you seen any Obama signs out?
No, haven't seen anything.
There were a bunch of Obama signs out. Do you remember seeing Obama signs out like
Yes.
before the thing?
while ago.
Now,
I
one
saw
can
a whole bunch by UNCA.
somebody can assume that everybody has pulled in all of their political signs, but I don't really see why you would pull in a political sign for an election that hasn't finished yet.
Maybe they're
I think
just
that was
saving
just
them.
for the primaries and all that.
Well, they were for the primaries, but now the election is yet to come. I mean, I would
Yeah,
keep
the
mine
big
up.
one. That
I
means
would have
they'll
kept mine
come
up
back
the whole
out.
time if someone hadn't stolen it. And I saw someone else in Asheville that had theirs up, and they had a fence around their entire yard, and their sign was on the inside of the fence. And then I realized that I thought, wow, I haven't seen any other signs, but I see this one, but it's inside a fence, and it would be hard for a drive-by sign yanking. Because they would have to go inside the fence. They're
Drive-bys.
probably chicken to go
Sign
inside the
yanking.
fence.
Now, how did
Watch
you
out
get
for
yours in the
signers.
first place?
I got mine at the Mount Dungeon. What do you call it? Thursday night at the brew place, brew pub,
Bruin View, not Bruin
at the
View,
brew
but
pub, and the
Asheville Brewery.
and the liberal drinkers drink there.
Asheville Brewery.
And the liberal drinkers were there, and they had a bunch of signs for a bunch of liberals and stuff. Oh, well, it's time to switch back. There we go. See. And yeah, you like the new slideshow?
Yeah, it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I'm very fond of my aunt's work.
They had a like 3 months back. They had like a whole gallery full of like icons and all that at UNCA. Really cool.
Oh, I would have liked to have seen them.
Yeah, Yeah, I didn't know you were into icons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have told you about it.
I'm into a lot of things you wouldn't think, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, people who know me that well, like at the party. You were at the party. You met Yeva and Alien?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeva the alien?
No, Yeva and her boyfriend Alien, and they're a wild couple now. They're wild. Hopefully they'll be at tea. They're invited.
Well, she invited us to Halloween.
Oh, I hear that her parties are great. So go.
I can just imagine.
You probably can't tell. Probably can't tell who's an alien and who's in costume. But so I was talking to Alien and I was giving him sort of my background and rundown. Maybe it was Terry I was talking to. No, I think it was. I don't remember who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody at the party, and I don't remember who it was. Can you believe that? And I told them that I had produced the first 2 anti-hero records, and they said, "Oh, I think I have one of those." So they knew something that I did. But most people who know the stuff that I'm most known for having produced and stuff like that, and they know what that is, they're surprised to find out. Then he says, "Well, what kind of music do you usually listen to?" And I'm like, "Well, I usually listen to classical music. You know, a lot of Bach and Vivaldi and such, and Chopin's Last Symphony is a big one, but Vivaldi's coming on strong. So anyway, I don't know where I'm going with all that.
That you like classical music.
Well, we were talking about the Halloween parties and
It was something before I started that before the Halloween party. I started leading into it with that Yeva thing. Anyway, Don's out.
It's the Don Yelton
Yep.
call-in show.
It's getting a little loud. And somebody's on the phone doing some calling.
Is
I want
that
to show
right?
you something. I want to show you something.
Uh-huh.
You know, let's talk about science.
Well, we have to be quiet then. Get close to your microphone.
I wanted to show you something.
Oh.
There's the sign.
Mm-hmm. There's the sign. This is the side right there.
Oh, that's cool.
That's that side.
Look at that.
No, we're not saying, we're not plugging anybody here or
No.
nothing. We're just showing
There's
the
the
sign.
back of the sign.
We're showing the back of the sign.
Oh,
And this is what was taped on the other side.
This was taped on the other side of the sign.
You need to hold that up.
yeah, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
and you've
That's not
got
going
their
through.
address. You
That-
should make them a special sign and put it out on the phone.
What he said, it's not showing up because of the blue screen.
Yeah.
It's not showing up because of the blue
You want me
screen.
to take the
Well,
blue
they don't
screen
spell
off?
Take the
Marshall
blue
right.
screen off just for a second.
Okay, there
Mars
we go.
Hill.
Yeah, see there?
There's what it is. Use
All right, now hold that
yours.
up, and I'm going to bring the blue screen back in and see if that doesn't disappear before our wall does. See, that's a better blue color than our wall is.
That's
Oh, that's what we need to do then, is lighten the blue.
That's the color the wall needs to be. See
We
what
need
I'm
to
talking
lighten the
about?
blue.
That's pretty nifty.
You see that?
Well, why don't we keep
There's
that?
there's a can of paint in the back. Okay,
Go to the
I
yard
bought
sale.
I bought a can of paint that's
Okay.
sitting in the back that I've made a new color.
So-
that
Why don't
So-
we just keep that?
Did you go to these people's house?
should we go scan this color and make it be that color? That one
Yes,
did
that's
good,
exactly
didn't
what
it?
they- Take that to the, just keep that, John, and take it to the place. We'll buy,
Mm-hmm.
was it a quarter to do that, won't it?
No, I get a gallon. We have to do that.
get
and
the
that.
doors.
I don't know.
Did you go to that person's house?
No, I didn't go to their house because, guess what? They recycle the sign.
And so you thought they
I
were
don't have a
good.
problem with that.
That's great.
So what? It was like in the recycling bin somewhere?
No,
or-
they reused the sign. What they did is they put that sign on,
Oh, okay.
and they put it
yeah.
beside the road. That was before the
Yeah, well-
election, but that was okay. They still used the sign.
We need to be quiet.
They were
because-
creative. They were creative. And so that was good. I mean, I'm glad they did it.
It's interesting.
In this case.
Yeah.
In this case.
In this case.
But if it was any other, right.
If they hadn't recycled, I'd been real upset. So the ones that got stolen, yeah, I was upset. And people do that every year. They do that all the time. The candidates they don't like.
So I used to write to the printers, and I used to say, can I have samples of things that you print? And they would send me one-offs, and I would end up with, barrels and barrels of political signs, things that, people that they're going to throw them out because these people aren't going to run for anything anyway,
Yeah, well,
And so I used to I mean, there was no place to put them in the house, but you get circus posters in there that are collectibles and things like that, you know, sometimes.
Well, there's one thing you can do with those signs, which is really great. If you had built a garage and you wanted to make it windproof, you can nail those up on the wall. If you wanted to, if you had an old shed, you know, then you're gonna do a shop inside it, and you can nail them up on the wall and then paint them. It'd show your seams and everything, but it would be a windbreaker.
Right.
The big signs, the big 4x8 signs, they make great landscaping. You can put those down, you know, then put rock or mulch on top of them, and nothing's going to grow
That's
through them.
true.
And they're going to last twice as long as the landscape material because you've got 2 layers of plastic. You'll see that's corrugated plastic. You got
Right.
2 layers.
How much would one of those signs cost? Approximately
Anywhere from, well, you sign about $1, $30 a half.
for each one.
Depending on the size, depending on the number of colors. Those are there about $2.50 a piece with the metal sticks. The metal sticks is what cost you now. Because the metal's going through the roof.
So for every pair of those you have printed, it costs you $5. And 4 for 10.
Around 5, yeah, about that.
There's an
So you got a
idea.
pretty good investment in
promoting-
some signs by the time you get a few of them out.
Well, that's the thing and we every election time. Every election time you have theft of signs, just like you experienced it in your yard. Every election, you have people bitching and bellyaching about political signs being put up on the road, public right of way. And you have, you know, just like Asheville passed a law against snipe signs. In other words, you can't put up a sign, you know, we'll mow yards or something like that. And so the bottom line is everybody complains about signs.
You called them what signs? Snipe signs?
Yeah, snipe signs. Yeah.
I know about snipe hunts. I don't know about snipe
Yeah,
signs.
with snipe signs. They're just putting those signs up, you know, you see, we'll work, you know, we'll mow yards, call this number and get
Yeah.
insurance, you know.
Pressure washing.
You know, pressure wash, all kinds of things you see like that.
Now, you did a thing at the courthouse about signs that
Yeah,
time.
well, there's a lady, I was up there.
Right.
Matter of fact, that's on YouTube, that section is on YouTube. And I just happened to go to the courthouse, and she was there with the signs, and that was her pet peeve, was these signs. And so we videotaped and let her talk about it. But see, I think with political signs, and we need to think solutions rather than, again, this, you know, we're not gonna have them or we're gonna have them. It's not an issue of having them or not having them. But if you look at those signs, you buy 2 for $5, you know, for $1,000, you can get quite a few signs to put your name out there. If you buy a small ad in the Asheville Citizens, it's gonna cost you $1,000, and it's one day, it's gone. $1,000 won't buy you anything on commercial TV.
Right, right. Unless you're on
You might-
URTV.
It might buy you a 3-second, well, URTV can't really sell
That's right.
advertisement, see, because it's funded by that 50 cents on charter media. But you also have the county commissioners have their own channel, don't they? How about that?
But they don't do much with it, I've noticed.
Well, I know, but around election time, see if you don't start seeing some interviews on there. Between now and November, see if you don't start seeing some interviews on there with people talking about, this is what we're doing for you, this is how we're making you feel, this is how we
justify-
love you, kumbaya, kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
I just put the
Now,
Oh, you
if
did.
I remember right, on that
Riley,
same
It's okay.
show about the signs, wasn't there also a thing where
Well, some water.
it's supposed to be regulated, somewhere
Some
it's
this in here.
registered where every
Put some
sign
of
was
this in.
placed, and then at
And
the
you
end
just
of
put that water
whatever,
in too?
they all have to be pulled and somebody actually goes around and looks?
It's okay.
There you go.
Or is that just something on paper?
No, that's not the way it works, but the employees will stop and pick them up. Sometimes they will pick them up, and Jim Coleman, who's the zoning officer, will pick them up. But the thing, I think the important thing, the real important thing is we need to look at what the signs are all about anyway, especially political signs, it's to get your name out there. So what you know.
But they're not Burma shades.
Well, I
signs.
think I've uncovered a ring, though, that's going around specifically plucking Obama signs, plucking the Obama signs. And what made me think
Obama's
this
been
is
plucked.
because I found
Pluck about
I have found one Obama sign standing in Atlanta. I mean, in Atlanta, in Asheville. It's one Obama sign standing in Asheville that I know
It's
about,
been from here to Atlanta. To
and it's
for a
in
long
and
time.
it's standing in a fenced-in yard.
No, scoot up so people can see. You're behind me.
Oh, here I can swap the camera.
I'm
Yeah,
back
you need
over
to
there.
swap the camera. Well, we need to get him on
Yeah,
the camera.
but-
'cause
No, I've been on the camera too
No,
he's
much.
laid back,
he don't
relaxed,
care
you
to be
know.
on camera.
I've been on camera too much.
But anyway, so here's the story: is that I found one Obama sign standing in Asheville, and it's behind a fence in a fenced-in yard.
Where is this?
It's oh, I can't tell. It's near
On Pearson Drive? On the
it's near the skate park. The next road down from the skate park. What is that one called?
Up near
Elizabeth?
Montford? That way?
Maybe, huh?
Up near
Elizabeth
Montford?
Street?
Yeah, toward Montford, kind of. It's anyway. There's a fenced-in yard, and the sign is sitting behind a fenced-in yard. Obama, just big
Fenced-in
Obama sign.
yard with a
And
dog.
then I realized, that
chained to the ground.
that all the signs that weren't in fenced-in yards seem to be missing. The one that's left standing is in a fenced-in yard, which see so that whoever's grabbing the signs is chicken to go into a fenced-in yard. See, now what if who
He's
now
trying to decide
We're,
to
we're
go in that
lowing,
yard,
is
see.
Okay,
laying
now-
down the gauntlet for you. Whoever
Now
I'm
who-
gonna have to
Obama
go.
plug
now I know
gotta go
I know
right
now,
down
now
to
that
that, right?
now
I'm gonna
that
get a
sign
sign.
that sign
wanna
could
go
have
cycle.
that sign could have a camera on it, couldn't it? We could have a camera on that sign. Now who has who
Politically charged.
picks up the signs? Like if you put signs along the highway, like along the river. Like I saw a whole row of Don Yelton signs along the river, and they weren't there very long, but they looked like to me they hadn't been put there by the owner of the property. But it just looked like they had been put there in by someone
I know where that piece of property's at.
Okay.
And they were put there with the permission of the owner.
with the permission of the owner. Yeah.
And then later on, somebody mowed all of them down.
Okay.
What happens?
But I
and-
saw them. I knew they
Yeah.
were there, and then I knew
Well,
they
I
were
know what
gone.
you're talking about exactly.
Yeah, I bet you do. There was 3 or 4 in a row, wasn't it? Maybe
Yeah,
5.
well,
There's a
there
good
was-
several
there was
of
four.
them.
There
4.
was 4, and then some of them got moved across the street.
Okay.
Right over there.
Uh-huh.
But what happens with those signs is it depends on which political party you are.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go out in the county and you put them out, and they'll come through. The mowing crew will come through.
And mow down the other
And
party.
it's amazing how they come right behind you. If you're the party that's not the party they like, they'll mow just your signs down and leave the other standing.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
So this is on the Briggs and Stratton side.
It's unbelievable.
I was going to say, who pulls them up though? There's somebody who pulls them up. Do the police
Well,
department
what
pull them
happens-
up, or
what
the
what happens?
or some kind of work crews?
You know what happens, John, and most of the time, if you run for office, people get your signs and put them up for you lots of times. So you don't know where your signs are at. I mean, it's ludicrous for you to try to go out and try to pick them all up because you don't know where they're at.
Right.
And it would be good if some of our current county commissioners would drive out and pick them all up, because they would find out Buncombe County is a big county and it's a little bit different when you go to Upper Sandy Mush than Fairview or to Barnersville.
And they could save them for the next time they needed them.
Well, it
couldn't
would
they?
not only that, it would
Like
it would be
recycling.
good for them just to be out there and get out there, because they
And
never
see
get
the
out
whole
there.
county.
You know, it's a whole lot different there than it is sitting up there behind that diocese. as a
He
county
could afford the
commissioner meeting.
gas though. But here's what I want to know. But what if you threw a big, what if you threw a big picnic for the mowing crew, and you invited all the mowers to your picnic? What if you did that once a month and just had all the mowers come to your picnic?
Well, then they'd probably mow down all
Beer,
your enemy
pizza.
signs.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking. Or you could do the same thing. You could do the same thing maybe with the police department or the trash
Well,
collectors or.
Why don't we do this? That's why I see, again, I'm thinking solutions. I'm sorry, I'm thinking solutions.
Okay,
because
go for it.
I think that you should pay $100 per county, and that $100 gives you permission to place the signs in the right of way of the road.
That's right.
Not blocking vision, but
Right.
in the right of way. And then at the end of the election season, if you looked in Buncombe County, we know there's gonna be 8 people running for county commissioner, 2 people running for chair, that's $1,000. Plus you got the governor, well, that means the governor would have to pay
For every county.
100 times, 100 times 100 would be $10,000. would it not be worth $10,000 to have the right to put signs in the state right away throughout North Carolina?
Right, and then you should be responsible to collect the signs you had
No,
put out at
here's
the
what
end.
we're gonna do.
So you're going to have them pick the
No,
signs up.
here's the difference between me, what I'm gonna say, is what you do is you have those people, the state employees is riding in the pickups, pick up the signs. And put them in the back,
Take them to the recycling
then you
station.
get all that plastic, and you get all that metal
Oh,
back.
recycle that.
And see, that's the thing about recycling. Recycling is not efficient because of the cost of transportation. And so I can't run all over Asheville just picking up a few signs and make it worthwhile. But if I had all the political signs, it was in Buncombe County, in a pile, anybody would like to have that metal. Because you make some money off of it. So if everybody paid $100, that would buy the gas for the employees that's driving the state trucks anyway, to pick it up and pick up the signs, put them in the back of the truck, take them to a central place, and now we recycle them. And that is made out of petroleum products. It is plastic. So it can be recycled for something. It may not be number one or number two, but there's
They can
some
make
use.
park benches out of that.
Well, there's some use that you could do with it, I guarantee you. Because possibly that's what you could do with it, make that plastic lumber out of it. Because that is kind of a low grade anyway of plastic and can be mixed plastic.
This will do it. This will make that.
And so you know, that would be a sensible way to do it. And to, you know, here we have one party saying we love the trees and we're going to dance around the tree and we are all for recycling. And another party says we're all for making money. And neither one of them will come together on that and have a solution.
Isn't it time to go home around the tree? Lord goodness. Go ahead and take care of your phone call.
No, I've got them cut off anyway
Oh.
because I've got to run. I'm going to go grab me a bite of supper.
It's always fun fighting with you, you know.
It's always fun fighting with you, John. Always. We'll sing Kumbaya, and my friend will wear his cool glasses in here. That's why I wanted to come in and stick my head in and say hi to
Say
everybody.
his first name. I'm sorry, I just can't remember.
That's
that.
okay. Chad.
Chad, that's right. I just can't remember names.
Chad Nesbitt. Chad Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Remember the name Nesbitt?
Nesbitt.
I remember that. I remember his last name. I can't remember. Oh,
We're
it's
calling
Ne-
Nesmith after the monkey.
I even say his name wrong, don't
The
I?
man says,
I don't do that on purpose. I don't do that to make him angry or
Mike Nesmith.
anything.
You're like me. You do it because you can't remember names.
That's right. I can't remember names and tell him I'm sorry about
Maryland monkey.
that. I honestly don't do it on purpose. But anyway.
Well, it was nice. Enjoyed
Tell him hey
it.
for
Have
me.
another
seeing
cup
you
of tea
again.
for me.
Tell him hey for
You
me.
behave yourself now.
I will do.
And maybe he'll come to a
Don't
tea
be
party
fooled
one
by the
day.
tattoos.
Don't be fooled with the
glad to see you
tattoos.
You do things when you're 18, you know?
Hey,
All right.
You grow up eventually, sometimes.
my acupuncturist has a full leg tattoo.
Yeah.
You're what?
You shouldn't judge the person from their skin.
Yes,
It's like
has
judging
a
a book
full
by
leg
its cover.
What's that?
So you shouldn't
Hello?
judge a person by
Alright.
their skin. It's like
Yes.
judging a book by its cover.
Yeah, it's
How you doing?
Be good now.
That's a problem. You don't know how many, how many jobs, just me, any of my friends that I know that have tattoos, they get turned down for because it's like, you have a tattoo. It's like, is that gonna stop?
Uh, 420 reel, right? Roll. Roll, 420 roll. Okay, good.
Good morning. Welcome to the Pleasure Saucer.
Upright Theater at 5.
Watch The Casey Waters Show, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. on URTV. To get interesting, eccentric, philosophical presentations, and artwork by Judson Laird, which is manipulated using interesting graphic art techniques. You're watching the 420 roll.
Do it. What was the other song I played? Oh, here's a song about stuff. I'm not gonna say it in case I'm making anyone angry. Dear mother, dear father, I don't wanna go camping with the Mormons. They won't let me bring my whiskey. They won't let me bring my wine. You can't get laid unless you get married. You can't have a good time, just a little bit of sex would be nice, just a little bit of caffeine to top, just a little bit of drugs and alcohol, just a little bit of fun. What's wrong with that? Dear mother, dear father, I don't wanna go camping with Mormons. They won't let me bring my whiskey. They won't let me bring my wine. You can't get laid unless you get married. You can't have a good time, just a little bit of fun would be nice. Just a little bit of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Never heard nobody listen to Janis Joplin. She made that famous. Dear mother, dear father, I don't wanna go camping with the Mormons. It's okay, because I was raised a Mormon.
I'm good. Say, you're watching the 420 roll.
You're watching the 420 roll.
Right.
What is that?
Hey, sorry. This is my bad, not yours. One, two, 3.
IUK, you're watching the 420 roll.
No.
Stitches Guitars.
Yeah, Stitches
I
Guitars.
see you've been deputized.
I am a junior Asheville animal control officer.
Okay.
And you can't touch it.
Okay.
And I'm slightly drunk, so forgive my crudity and sloppiness. Let's do this one. Who's that banging at the door? It's the landlord, landlord. Who's that banging at the door? It's the landlord, landlord. He's about to kick me out for all the loud music. He hears me banging on the drums, even though I don't have none. Who's that banging at the door? It's the landlord, landlord. Who's that banging at the door? It's the landlord, landlord. 'Cause there are about 5 police cruisers right outside. They're talking with my landlord, and he's pointing at me, and he looks pissed. Who's that banging at the door? It's the landlord, landlord. Who's that banging at my door? It's the landlord, landlord. He hears loud rockin' music, even when it's not on. I don't even have electricity. He hears me banging on the drums, even though I know I left them at Javon's house. I'm pissed about that landlord stuff. What are they for? Landlord. 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 I hope you're watching right now. That's crap that you're raising the rent $20 in June. What are they for? I went a little too fast, couldn't quite.
And we are back.
We're back.
Marshall's
Ta-da.
all,
I'm gonna read you a
Marsha's all
fortune.
alone. Here, I'll do this. How's that?
not again.
Yeah, there we go.
What?
I had
Can
my
I tell
fortune
you
read
the
back on
fortune I got
Thursday.
the other day? I got just a fortune cookie. You know what it said? It said, "In God we trust. All others have to pay cash."
All others have to pay cash.
And that wasn't a fortune cookie.
I got one that said. I got one. I saw somebody on MySpace and they said, I will know when death calls. He said, because I have caller ID.
That's.
And the other one says insanity. Insanity takes its toll. He says,